Hello back again to the next part, build a speedometer for a car. We are at this point and we start again with the next. We need this symbol here and this tank symbol. That is for the water, so we make that at first. We start with simple stuff, add mesh circle, rotate x 90 degrees, grab him to our picture there and bring it in front. Good. I gave you screencast keys, so we scale it to the point that we have there. Then we take this one with a copy, Shift D, and scale it to that part there. Then Shift D to duplicate them and bring them here, here, and here. Good. Now we want to make them all in one. So we join them all and go in edit mode. Now we make them half. So that means we take this here and delete these words. Then same at the others. And here. Good. Then we can put them with extrude to the middle point there. Here we can connect. We see that. Here we can connect. We see that. Good. We see here and maybe here we connect that we can handle. Then from here to there. No, we go here a little smaller and delete here the half too. So we get this here and delete that. We give here a close with F. Then we take this and close with F. Good. Now we must look that we bring them together for good looking. So we mark that all. And bring it to the X. Good. Oh, sorry. Without that here. So we let this out and now we drag them and you see we will have it. Good. That was the first part. We close the line with F and the whole thing with F. So we have that one. Maybe that is a little bit out of the range that it should have. So we can try to reposition that. We'll add it. It's so small. Good. We make now this waves there. Cube, Bezier curve. I know you hate them. I know. They are not easy. But we can do a lot with them. So we take the top from the curve and the bottom of the curve and extrude to the bottom of the curve and extrude to the top of the curve. And that's what it is. Grabbing, give them a little look that is floating right. Good, that is it. We shift D, we make a copy of them. Then we hold Alt and C to convert it as a mesh. Then we have here our mesh. And now we take that whole thing, Shift D, duplicate them, bring them down to that size, mark both, press space, search, bridge, we type in, edge loop, and then we have this thing here. Wonderful. Make a copy of them, Shift D, and now we take a mirror for that, interactive mirror. Hold the middle mouse button and move the mouse, then you see it will rotate in all, or better say, it mirrored in all directions that you move the mouse. Good. We have these two parts. Now we need this here. We can't take some from there, so we start again with add curve, Bezier curve, rotate x 90 degrees, bring it in front, scale him down, plug him at the start, then at the top, extrude to the down part, extrude to the top part, and again. Good. Only thing we must do is give here a little more fixing stuff there. Such like that. That is enough. Shift D, duplicate, Alt C, mesh, convert. That is our mesh. Shift D to duplicate them, bring them down, mark all, space, search, bridge add loop, and we have it. Good, that was that. So we mark them all and join them as one. That was the symbol. So we grab it and bring it there where it should be. Grab. Good. Next is this tank symbol. That is that here. We start here with a circle tool, add mesh circle. Rotate x 90 degrees, scale down to this size maybe. Yeah, go in edit mode, delete all that we don't need. Okay, then we get this, Shift D, bring it here, rotate set 180 degrees, then we have that. Then we need here to close with F, here extrude down to this point, extrude over it, extrude down, and extrude to the other side, and up, and to the side extrude, and go here. Okay. Then there, we extrude down to this part. With Shift D, we copy one word and go here and extrude that here. Okay, we see here's one too much, like here, so we delete them and make new connection. Good. So now this is a part 4, you know it, a Bezier curve. Yeah, you're right. So we go add curve Bezier, rotate x 90 degrees, scale, bring it in front, scale down, bring it to the start point, bring it to the half of the roundness, extrude, bring it to the end of the roundness, to the start of the next roundness, middle point of the roundness, end of the roundness, this point, start of roundness, middle of roundness, end of roundness, and that is always the same. And so it isn't much complicated as some think. So we have it, and now we must turn these things that it looks like it should. So here we need to have a roundness, so we must go here. We see that must be straight, so we bring them down and bring them over them. This really, you must try that often, yeah, before you can make good results with yeah, with that tool here. The curves are tricky, but when you try enough, you will get that fast. We go up here, we go here, nearby, get this one, make it shorter, then get that one, good, then get this one, and that is a powerful tool. You can do all round stuff that you imagine with busy curves. That is because I use them. They are very powerful, and if I have some round stuff, I take them and I know that will be good after that. Here a little bit to this axis. Here we must rotate him completely. So we have it nearly done. Good. We want to have one look that it is all like we would. This we can make a little bit more in, such like that. That here seems to be okay. Or maybe a little this direction, and maybe a little bit more bending there. Good, we have that, and we see here a little bit shit, so we go in here a little bit more, get here a little bit to that side, so it's better. Here it's a little bit too high, grabbing, okay. Most it is perfect when it's all straight lines with the same size and same direction, then you have a good, very good result. See here little differences, but if I said before, there is a little symbol later, so we don't want to spend too much time for that. That is okay like it is. Only that here, that is not okay. That must be more round. So we must go and grab the little, make some changes. Yeah, better. Good. We have it. We make a copy of them. Shift D to duplicate that. Then we Alt C. We convert it as a mesh. Then we take this part that we built it to and make them both together, join. Then we take this here and bring it at the same position as the other. That is okay. That one must be there. Okay, that's all in one line. You can check that if you want when you mark them all and scale Y0, then they are all at the same height. So we see we have here no connection, so we must do that. So we can take here proportional editing, connected, grab and roll the middle mouse button that we include only the top parts to bring them where we want. I think that is okay. We can delete them and bring this to this point with merging. Merge to last. Now it is 1. We have here same stuff, so we grabbing, roll a bit the mouse that we have. That all comes with the button, not unneeded things. Yeah. Then we take that to the last, merge at last. Disable proportional. Good. Now it is all one one mesh, if you want so. That we need only faces. We get them all. And with Alt, holding and F, we close that. Then he let this in the middle free. So we have that symbol too. So we grabbing and scaling and positioning them there where it should be. Good. Then we save the first time. Then we see here this parser. So we make that with add mesh circle rotate x 90, scale down, bring him to this position, edit mode, and delete all that we don't need. Get this part, Shift D, rotate set 180. We have that. Then we take this both, Shift D, rotate X 180, and we have that. We can connect with F. F to close, and we have that. Then Shift D. We have here the same thing, but in other dimensions. So this is good. Yeah, we must be in front, you know that. We separate them with P. It's a bit, yep, separated. Then we go here, edit mode, mark that, bring it by, mark that down stuff, bring it up, and then we have that what we want. Then we have here this thing, so we can take the same thing, Shift D and P to separate selection. But for this we make it new. I see. That is too much. Easy way. Good. Add mesh circle, rotate x 90 degrees and scale up. Yes. Then edit mode. Mark all that we don't need and delete it. Then mark that, Shift D, rotate set 180, mark all, Shift D, rotate X 180, and now we can connect them. F to close, F to close, F to close, and here too. Then with F we can close it. Good. For the moment we make it in the background because we must see here something. Without that we can't work. So the same is here. So we'll make a copy of that and bring them to this side here. And we see it is a little bit smaller, but not much. Good. Bring them in background too. Good. That's all we have. Now we start with this stuff here. So we start again. We see here we have here a round plate. So add mesh on cylinder. 24 is okay for that. Rotate X 90 degrees. Scale down to this size. Good. Scale it in the Y. Good. Then Shift D, duplicate them. We need it here too. Good. Then we have here this arrows. So mesh plane, rotate X 90. Edit, delete 3 words. We now have 1 word. Place them. Extrude. And ready to go. Close with F. Bring it to a good position. Such like that. Then F to close. We have it. The same, we can duplicate Shift D and make it here. That will be red later that it's clear. Oh, we see it is not really good. It must be similar there. So we tweak them a little and then we have it similar. A bit up maybe. Oh, we'll let it like this. You can tweak them a lot. So with Shift D we duplicate 1 word and extrude on these lines here. It's all simple stuff, so that is fine. Close with F, Shift D, duplicate 1 of the words, go in here, and close it with F. Mark the both. Then with Alt F, you can close that. Now you can tweak it a little that it looks more similar than before, but for me it's not important. Good, we have that. Then we copy 1 word again, extrude. Extruding to the end of the life. F to close. We see here we want to have it red later. So I think I go here and make here a cut in the with a knife. Okay, then not. Then we make 1 subdivide and then we have another point. And then we close that with F. So then we close it with F and all is good. You can tweak them a little that it is straight. And Then we have that. That we can scale set 0, then it's straight. That also scale set 0. Bring them a little bit up, maybe such like that. For that here, we can do that too. Scale set 0. And we have it. That is our tank thingy there. We have here little points. So we add mesh circle 24, rotate x 90, scale down to a little point, close with F, Shift D. We set the points. Good. So we have that. We save, file, save. We need to have this one. Shift D. That comes here. Maybe a little bit in a set now. No, I'll let it like this. Shift D. One more time for here. And there we take the down part and bring them down to this position. That is what we need. Bring them in the background. What's that? Was the wrong one. That here. And the background, the background. So good. We have that. Then we have this red stuff there. So add mesh plane, rotate X, scale in the Z, scale in the X, rotate in the Y. Good stuff. Rotate on Y a little. Good. Then we make there a middle loop and plug out this one. Then we have this one. We make a copy, Shift D, and plug them to this side too. Rotate Y a little. Good. And maybe a little scale them, such like that. Good. We have it. So we have that. Bring that in background. That in background. Good. So now comes this round stuff there we were told before. That means we add a cylinder 12, rotate X 90, rotate Z 90, scale, and scale it in the X. Then we position them with an array. We need it in this direction. So we must look at what for type it is. We start again. We make a smooth on that. Okay. Then an array. Make 3. Yeah, this one here is for this distance, so we make it such like that and give them more. 7. Oh, it's different in this D part, so make them here to 0, sorry. Okay. And we have 6 only. Okay. Then Shift D, we duplicate them to down here, but here we only need 4, so we go here 2 parts deeper. Good. We have that. Later we plug there the numbers on, but for that we must make alpha numbers with alpha channel on it, so that we can plug that on the round stuff there. Good. So what we have here is this manual thing. So we need here also circle 12 and cylinder, and scale them down. That is here to manipulate the kilometers for the day. So scale and Y. Let's move on it. Okay. Good. Then when you look here, we have little screws in there. So we make them. We add mesh and circle again, cylinder again. Sorry for that again. So on that size. Then we want to make there for the screwdriver a hole in there. So that means we cut in here and here. Then from here to here. Once again, from this point to this point. Good. Then we get their loops. And now we can drag in this middle part, and then we have a good screw. So at first we take this here and extrude and bring it in, and at last we can give them here a little down part. So we have now a real good screw. Let's try it again. Okay. Yeah, good. Let's move on it. See, we got this shading errors. That means we make that we mark the completely front and say it should be flat. There's shading UV flat. Then we have there no normal errors. The same we do with the parts there, flatten, and then it's good. The same you can make with all this shit in principle out of uh, the other thing. That must be rounded. That is this one here. That must be rounded. The rest is equal. So we see we have that little screw done. We can also make them more words in if you like. You can take that modifier or something else to make it better looking. But I don't do such things here. For me, that's okay. There's a little screw. Nobody sees them later, maybe. So, okay, Shift D, give them here, bring them together, join as one, bring then Shift D to the other side too, because there is a 2, but on the other position. So we bring it there. Okay, so we save again. We have here 2 screws too. So Shift D, bring it here, a little scaling, good. Position them. Okay. So now we can make that streaks here that you can do with a spin modifier, or do it like I do it, and I make it another way, like every time. I will make it manually. I know it's many work, but I know that works and I do that. So uh, I take here plane and make them at the same size as one of them is, such like that. That are the big ones, there are small ones and big ones. Then I grab them away, Shift D to duplicate, go in the middle, rotate Y, and so we must keep care about the length later, but for the start we place them and rotate them and ready to go. So that we have. With a spin, it's really fast, but I don't like that shit. If we get that to this party, one is smaller, the other is they are cut. You never believe that it's made in seconds. Yeah. So I can make it manually the same work as with this spin modifier. So I don't take care of that. Okay, rotate, Shift D, rotate. Oh, must go a little back that we see all. Yeah, now we have them. And then we need a smaller, so Shift D and make it as small as this one is. Scale X, bring them away, Shift D in the middle, rotate, position, good. That we make now with the rest, Shift D, rotate, Shift D, and so on. That must be later rats that we will make. Oh, but the moment we work on this part, so we make first that and then the other stuff. Shift D. Okay. And normally nobody makes that he built all these numbers and this what we make here. They normally make it with pictures, yeah, that we can do later. We have now the possibility to change it like we would, yeah. That is the good thing on that. So you can later make a photo from them and make it as you want and make photos and change something that is perfectly later. When it is one time done, then it's super good. Yeah, we take here in edit mode one edge and bring them to the position that we want to have. And then we are near to texture and give them materials. And then we near to finish that all. And like I said, you can use this anytime for any amateurs, or you have your project there, and then you can change it for some other stuff, for an hour or something else, for all. That is the good way to do that. Build it one time by yourself, and later you can take them for all that you need. Good. Here. Yeah, that was okay. Then we save that. Now we have to do this here, and then we need to go. So we make it easy. We take the same stuff, Shift D, and rotate. Grabbing, Shift D, rotate, positioning, and so on. Good, same with the small thing. Yeah, we had 17,000. That is, it is the question what you want to build. When you only want to build a render, then it's no problem to take the 1 million words or something else, yeah, or for good animation also. But for game, surely you need other word counts, yeah. Then you must work harder. You must bake all this stuff and take only textures, low poly textures, then bake all of the stuff, and then that is no problem to handle that. Grab. But I make it all the time so that I first make a high poly and then later bake that all, and then I have good performance later, and it looks like a high poly, and it's faster than grab. And here last parts, you can make that correctly if you want. Yeah, I told it you 1,000 times. I make it only grunt stuff, the rest for me is not important. So we have here also streaks, so we make them 2. Shift D, grabbing, rotating. Good. Now not change the length. Grabbing, Good. Good. File save. Now we need to look that we get all. So we go here down and see what we got. At first we give them colors that they should have. So we need here black plastic, but it must be other than we take in the car. So we make here a new material, call it black plastic speedometer. So we always knew what it is when we see it. Speedometer. Plastic. Oh, here you go. Plastic speedometer. Yeah, it should be black, nearly black, but never make it completely black. Then you have always problems to see something thereon. That is bad. So black speedometer. Then the same is on this thing here. And this here must be a gray. So we give the new material and call it gray LCD speedometer. Speedometer. That is most here an anti-sulfic. That is the effect for that normally. Then you will see it becomes a look that is like we need that for this stuff. Good. We will tweak them all later. At first we must make the important things. So here black speedometer. What we have else? We need this round things there to go black too. Black. Okay. Then the screws that we built it. Black too. Black speedometer. Okay. Then we need the red stuff. So for this one, new material, call it red speedometer. Speedometer. Okay. Then I told you before we want to have this red, so we can go here to color, click on, and there we have the pipette. We can go in, click there, and then we have the same color. So it's easy to get correct color. So make it here again, that is red speedometer, and we need it here. Oh, that was combined. So we need there that white too. So white, we have the white. And there we must say this one should be white and the rest there should be white. So we go in the edit mode there and give them here a complete white. And here only this face white. Good. We have that. This one here must be red too. Then we must make this colors here for the lights. And this here we must build too. Okay, so we save first time. We don't need that anymore. So we delete it, delete it, delete it, delete it. that we have. So all stuff that we don't need, we move to second layer. Move second layer. That here too. Move second layer. Good. We have that. Here's one. Move second. Good. So now we have it. We save it one time. Then we take uh, this whole thing. So we make a back plane. Rotate x90 and make it as great as the whole speedometer is. We see, scale it here in the X and scale it on Z level. Then we have that becomes this black too. So type in black speedometer plastic and we go in the background because that must be really in the background. So that is what we got now. So we must make them here. That means we make this green at first, so new, and call it green light speedometer. We take their green like that. We make it with glass, and we see we have a dark glass. So we can make it a little bit lighter. That we see it has this color. We can go here to another so that you can change it like you would. I think that is good. With the light later, you see that not as well as we see it now. We can later make there some lights really in that you see that then better. So we make here the next, that is the red light speedometer. And pipette, take the color, give them glass material, make it a little bit lighter. Yeah, such like that. The same we need here, so we go there and take red speedometer. Then we have here a yellow one, so we make a new material. Yellow light speedometer. Okay, get this yellow orange there and give them gloss material and make them more lighter, such like that. The rest is nearly black, so we make there a black light speedometer, give them nearly black and glossy material, gloss material, and make them a little bit lighter, maybe that. Good. That we give them all. So here in the history, black light, same on that, black light. So the last one is this here, and this is the red one. So red light speedometer. So we have that all. We must look that we get all on the same position. We don't need that. So we make that here all off. Okay. You see the positions of the things on different stages. So we will bring them all to this position. We must look what is what must be before this red line, what must be behind them to get a realistic look. And so we must tweak them all to a position that is fine for that. Good. Then are numbers, they come to the half into the speedometer. So we got that. Then we have this black thing that must be the very, very last. Then we have that, that, and this gray thing that must be in front, but nearly behind the rest. So such like that in front, but not absolutely in front. So same with here. We go back to this point. And this here too, nearly before it's gone. Then we take the whole other stuff. That are the numbers and the things. So we go here and take this one and the rest here too, so that we have all. And then we say scale y 0, then they all on one position. Then we bring them in front. We go back. Why the numbers not there? We go back that we see our numbers. I don't see the numbers. Maybe they're between the whole part. We make them a little bit gone. Where are the numbers? I don't see the numbers. That is bad. So we must search the numbers. Here we got them. Ah, okay. They are behind them. So we go back with this parts and back with that behind the numbers. Okay, I think we have it. So, yeah, then we take, like we did it before, this whole things here. We are on the object node and circle selection for it all, scale y0, and bring them to the front. Yeah, so we got that all. That must be more here, and that must be behind them all. Okay, so we have that. File save. Now, normally we must build here the numbers as alphas and make them with alpha texture on each of these round stuff here. So we can make that, but for first I will save that like it is, and we make some changes for the seed. I go back to seed from last time. We see that is too high, so we scale them a little in the Z and a little in the X, that we have the same size as the down part, and then we can plug them near to, and that is much better than before. Then we bring that here down. Then we had here this white material, the gray cotton material. There we go down with the strength So you see that looks then much better, not so sharp as before. 100 or 200 is okay for that. Good. So we have that too. That's good. File, save. The next was we had built these things here. So they all need this black plastic. So here type in black. And anomaly plastic, not from speedometer. Black plastic. Black. Yeah. Okay. Then we put all this helping stuff to the second layer. Move with M and to second layer. So we have that. Next time I will build this here too, but for the moment that is all fine like it is. The only thing is here we have the silver, so we get here a material sil, and there is the silver, and we make it here on this line. So we mark that line and give them the silver material. So plus silver, okay, sign, good. So that was it for today. We made our speedometer much better. Like I said, we must make here some alpha textures for that. But when you render that later, that will be all fine. So save again. See you on the next part. Bye.